Hey, house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 26 updates and spoilers. Hope you're having a wonderful whatever day today is. Wednesday. I'm all thrown off this week. Welcome. Our house guests of the day are Mary Ellen Ludwig, Dana Faircloth, and Al Joritz. Yay! Thank you all so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate you so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, like Mary Ellen, Dana, and Al, check out our Patreon link in the description below. And if you want to check out the live feeds for these last few weeks of the season, we also have a link for Paramount Plus in the description. And if you use our link, it really helps us out. I'm going to try so hard to get through this, but my head is like, which I'm sure you can hear. Okay. So when we left off yesterday, Mackenzie did not use the power veto, which means that Chemo and Rubina are still up on the block. I'm sorry, but these are like the two laziest nominees. I don't just mean this week. I mean in general, like these two do not do a lot of campaigning. I will say Rubina does more than Chemo, but like there's not a lot happening here. But we have some stuff to talk about. Both Mackenzie and Chelsea would like to see Chemo go this week because they're not saying this part to Cam, but Chemo is more likely to choose Cam to go to the end over the two of them, right? I mean, and he has admitted this. This is true. Chemo knows he has a better chance of beating Cam than either of the girls. Also, Chemo knows the days and events of the season better than Rubina does. They know that competition must be coming up. Also, they just feel like Chemo is stronger in general in mental competitions. So they do not really want to go up against them if they don't have to. Plus, they feel like Chemo is much better under pressure. He has now won both an AI arena competition and a veto competition during the double. So the pressure was on during that double, and he was able to pull it off. They feel like Rubina is not going to be good under pressure, especially with it being 3 against 1 once Chemo is gone. So Chemo did try to campaign a little bit. We talked about this yesterday. And he told Cam he wants to go to the final 2 with Cam. We know. He said we both have the best chance to win if we're up against each other. And this is true. And Cam agrees with this. He knows that this is true. And he told Chemo he wants Chemo to stay. And I also believe that he is telling the truth about that, right? Because he knows that Chemo is more likely to take him to the end and he actually has a chance of beating him. And he has tried to argue a little bit for Chemo to stay when he's talking to Chelsea and Mackenzie, but he is not pushing very hard at all. His main argument is basically just Rubina is more likely to win physical competitions, so we should take her out. But he, again, is not really pushing that hard for that. So Cam is telling Chemo, yes, I want you to stay, but I do not want this to be a split vote. So we need to see if we can get Chelsea and Mackenzie on board. Translation, it's most likely not happening. I don't see Mackenzie and Chelsea changing their minds about this. I do see that Cam is trying to pass the blame onto the ladies for this. So Chemo will definitely be going to the jury feeling favorably about Cam and maybe not as much about Chelsea and Mackenzie. So if Cam is able to get to that final 2, maybe some bitter jurors would be voting his way, but who knows? So anyway, Chemo also, we talked about this yesterday. He asked Mackenzie Monday night if they could have a one-on-one conversation. Mackenzie was like, yeah, we'll do it like tomorrow. I can't do it right now. She was really annoyed because Chemo did not talk game with her at all before the POV ceremony. This is insane to me. We're in the last 2 weeks of the season. You're on the block and you're not going to talk to the HOH/veto holder. Like, what? You're not even going to try to get yourself off the block? It's insane to me that Chemo thought, you know what? I'm not going to talk to her. Whatever. Even if you know there's a very good chance she's not going to use it, you're not even going to just like go through the motions. Craziness. But we're still waiting to see if this one-on-one between Mackenzie and Chemo is actually going to happen. Maybe they'll talk on stage after the finale. I don't know. Because as we've seen in the past, Chemo, Rubina, and T-Core, they all like to make all these grand plans for conversations and alliances, and then they never actually like follow through with them. So we'll see if that conversation happens. All right. Yesterday was very boring. There was pretty much nothing going on during the day. Mackenzie baked and decorated a cake. She misjudged how big she was making the letters on the top, so she ended up writing Big Brat by accident, and then she had to like fix it and squeeze in the HER at the end. Does she hate when that happens? Chemo sang a bunch of his songs. He started writing a new one for Rubina and Tucker. He ate mayonnaise off of a spoon and dipped some ham into it. I'm sorry, but that's so disgusting.
He started writing a new one for Rubina, and Tucker he ate mayonnaise off of a spoon and dipped some ham into it.
Do you guys hear that? The S lady is reciting back my stuff. Okay, anyway, yeah, so we finally did get some game talk around 8:30 p.m. It was between Mackenzie and Chelsea. No surprise there. I mean, who else would be talking game at this point, right? So anyway, Mackenzie is stressing about next week. We've heard her talk about this a bunch already. So Chelsea is asking Mackenzie, who would you want to send out if you're the sole vote to evict next week? If you had to choose between Rubina or Cam, who do we take to the final 3 with us? And Mackenzie's like, I don't know. I was going to ask what you think about that. Of course, she wants to know what Chelsea would like to happen, right? Because she wants to do what Chelsea wants. No, but I mean, like, they are trying to make this decision together. And Chelsea's like, honestly, it's more likely that you would be the one making that decision. Chelsea is really banking on winning this next HOH competition because Mackenzie cannot compete for HOH. So it's only Chelsea, Cam, and Rubina competing. So she is hoping she's going to get that. And then Mackenzie or herself can win the veto and make the decision here. But Mackenzie leaves to go get a corkscrew, bottle opener, whatever, for her HOH wine because she was trying to get lit last night. And when she's gone, Chelsea tells the cameras, don't put that on me. I'm not going to be the one making this decision solely, right? So she says, if Cam decides to start winning stuff next week, I'm going to lose my ever-loving mind, right? She feels like she and Mackenzie have been carrying Cam basically for months at this point, and she's going to be really pissed if he decides on day 80 to start playing Big Brother. She says she will go insane. She will be so frustrated to put in all that work, and then all of a sudden he starts winning. He's building a resume. Maybe he even cuts them and goes to the end with somebody else. So yeah, she does not want to see that happen. She also brought up how she still can't believe it took Cam 30 plus minutes to do the BB Comics challenge. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Also, speaking of BB Comics, they did release the comics now. So if you go on Twitter, they're all over there. If you check out my Twitter, I retweeted them, but like everybody's posting about them. So I have to say, now that I've seen them, I thought they were great from what the Houseguests were saying, but now that I've seen them, I love them. I think it's a great group of comics this season. They nailed it. I feel like the most brutal ones were Kenny, the freaking wiener. Deserved though. And then Lisa, the glitter critter. Oh my God, that was rough. But everybody else's I thought was pretty kick-ass. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, the comics are out if you want to take a look at them, if you don't want to wait until Thursday to see them. So Mackenzie comes back into the HOH room, and Mackenzie's asking, who would we be more likely to beat easier in the final 3 between Cam and Rubina? Right? So Chelsea's like, I don't know, they kind of both suck. My words. But she's like, no, I think they're both pretty equal comp-wise, right? Neither of them have really been lighting the world on fire in these competitions. So Mackenzie says, my heart wants Cam in the final 3 with us. Since, you know, the 3 of us have been talking about that for a while now, it'd be great to actually go through with it. But she says her head is telling her to bring Rubina because she's like, Cam, there is a potential situation where he turns it on. He's an athlete. Maybe he starts winning these end game competitions. But she says, I don't really worry about Rubina turning it on ever. She does not see Rubina winning all these comps. She feels like there is a better chance of them beating Rubina in the endgame competitions. She feels like Cam could pull off some wins. I mean, I would agree with that assessment, I guess. I mean, Cam has been not great, but you never know what could happen, right? Especially since the competitions have been so different this season. Anybody can win. But Chelsea says, all right, I just got to win this HOH, so then she'll be safe. And she also says it wouldn't be that bad if Cam won HOH either, but she really just does not want Rubina to win because then somebody from their trio would be guaranteed leaving. So Chelsea asks Mackenzie, which scenario do you feel most in danger with? Like, what scenario is really worrying you? And Mackenzie says, well, if Rubina wins HOH and she's safe, and then Cam wins the power of veto, so Cam would be picking between Mackenzie and Chelsea. Mackenzie says, I know in that situation, Cam would pick you to go to the final three. I mean, yeah, probably. And I do think he would do the same thing if he had to pick between Mackenzie and Chelsea, who should be joining him in the final two. So, like, Mackenzie should really be paying attention to this when it comes time if she has to make a decision here. But they're hoping if it is up to Rubina, that she will keep the two of them and vote out Cam. They feel like Rubina will stick with the all women in the final three situation. I honestly don't know because she has talked quite a bit, well, quite a bit for anyone in that Rubina trio about going to the final two with Cam, meaning she's had like at least 2 conversations about it. So maybe she would want to keep him around. She knows that she would have a better chance against him than either of the ladies. I wouldn't be surprised if she decided to go against all 3 women, bring Cam instead of her whole I want 3 women in the end thing that she's been so vocal about when it benefits her. But anyway, Mackenzie says it is an accomplishment for them to get this far. And she says, this really sucks to say, but I am not unaware of the fact that if you win HOH, it would be a really smart move for people to take me out. I mean, she's not wrong about that, right? If you could get Mackenzie out of the way, excuse me, Chelsea, she's got this thing in the bag, right? So Chelsea says, you know where I stand. She wants to go to the end with Mackenzie. She wants to be sitting next to somebody who actually like did stuff in the game. But Chelsea says, yeah, if I win the HOH and I don't win the veto, it's going to be out of my control to get you to the final 3. I will not have any say in that. How convenient. I don't think that Chelsea would be super upset if, say, she wins HOH and then either Rubina or Cam win the veto and take out Mackenzie. I don't think she's going to be crying all night about that. But Mackenzie says she is accepting of that fact. She feels like she has played a great game. It would be a smart move to get her out. I mean, you're kind of giving Chelsea a little bit of permission here, but okay. But Chelsea's like, yeah, I get it. It would be smart to take me out too. She feels like she's in the same boat. But Chelsea says she's really proud of the both of them for making it this far, leaving their stamp on the game. So then Cam walks in, and that conversation is over. No more of that. So the other highlight from last night. Oh my God, these house guests were freaking horny on Maine. They were talking about how they want to make out with people at the wrap party. Chemo can't wait to stare at the ceiling, meaning like do it, not just like lay there. Or maybe that's part of it. I don't know. But anyway, Mackenzie is saying that she wants to kiss Matt. I don't know if this was just the wine talking because, as I mentioned, she was drinking her HOH wine. Maybe they should show her Matt's TikToks before any of that goes down. I don't know. When Cam left the room at one point, Chelsea told the rest of the group that she wants to make out with Cam if he's into it at the wrap party. And she's like, I haven't kissed anyone since I was 23. Let's keep in mind she's now like 28, so I'm sure that's going to be great. But she's like, oh, I would give you guys a show. I would give you guys a show, make it out with Cam. And I'm getting like Christian summer camp vibes of like, I'm not going to get into it too much, but like the way that Chelsea is talking here, it is so cringe. It's like they're all in the theater department in middle school, and they're gonna have their cast party. It's like that sketch, the Crucible cast party on SNL. She's gonna be that girl that, like, takes his hat and runs around with it, and she's all like, "Look at me, I have your hat." That's the vibe I'm getting. But everyone was screaming when she was talking about all of this. So of course Cam hears the screaming, and when he comes back, he's like, "What were you guys talking about? What's going on?" And they're like, "Oh, there's a big secret." They did not tell him what it was, but Chelsea was still like teasing him about it today, so she definitely wants him to find out. Yikes. Yeah, so who knows if that's gonna happen or not. But yeah, today, nothing happening so far, no game talk. We'll see. We're still on watch, waiting to see if Chemo is going to have his one-on-one chat with Mackenzie, or if he or Rubina will campaign at all. I don't know that Rubina's gonna do any campaigning because Mackenzie and Chelsea were already assuring her she is gonna be safe against Chemo. So I don't know. But like chemo? You're gonna like try it all, or are you just gonna not? We'll find out. But just a reminder, there is no episode tonight. It's gonna be 2 hours tomorrow. So enjoy Survivor. Let me know if you check out the other new show. What's it called? The Summit. It looked interesting. I might check it out. Maybe not tonight, but I will potentially check it out at some point because I'm a hoe for reality TV. But anyway, thank you all so much for being here. I know this is a short one, but that's just kind of where we're at in the season. So, at this point. But thank you all for watching. I want to thank our super chatter today, Broomstick. Thank you so much. This is Broomstick's 10th super on a live stream. Yay! And Broomstick says, "Yay, I made it to a live before the show ends. I'm so happy that you could make it today. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much again for the super chat. And that's where we are. So thank you all so much. Oh yes, thank you. I love this sweatshirt as well. It's a lot of fun. It's spooky season, so we gotta celebrate, right? But yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. So I hope you enjoy your evening. And until next time, much love. Bye, everybody.